player. How good's this? No Pat Allendorf tonight. I am joined, as always, with BJ, Luke Hilton, DJC. This is we're covering new grounds here. How are you, Hildo?
Good, thanks.
Yes, he forgot to use the mic properly straight off the bat.
Good, thanks.
When did those? They're not AirPods. I don't even know what they're called anymore. What is that device that you were using?
Well, I tried the AirPods the other night and they weren't very successful, so I've taken it back a step.
We kicked off the way. Oh, his internet's just gone as well. So we kicked off the way in again with Luke Hilton, Matthew Zammit this week, and Hildo's internet. You know how if you look down the side, boys, you can see where everyone's upload. You've got good upload, Vortex. BJ, you're going all right. Hildo sat at 0% the whole night, couldn't hear anything, had no microphone, and was half an hour late.
And still nailed
he
it.
still nailed it. And like I said, joining us for not the first time, but the first time in a long time, DJC, Daniel J. Constable, the Vortex. Hello, son.
G'day, boys. How are we?
Good to have you. Good high energy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it is good to have you, DJC.
Poor old Hildo's got the headphones that you get given to you for nothing on domestic flights.
he's got the Tiger Airways ones.
He's got about the Wi-Fi of a domestic flight too.
So, recording continues smoothly. Live video will return when internet improves. Hildo.
Is it still saying that?
Yeah, it's still saying that.
It says I'm uploaded 47%.
Yeah, you're flying.
Is that working or not?
You're flying. I don't know what's happened. BJ, how are you, mate? You are on fire. We need like a cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, we've been going all right, mate. We've been going all right.
Yeah. Members only. Tell us. Talk us through the week.
Yeah, well, Monday we're back to winner. We're back Pink Panther. We went 1 from 1 at Queanbeyan. Sat outside the lead and just held on, but it was a perfect ride by Alicia Collett. Then we went Tuesday. We back to a horse called All Girls. That was another perfect ride. Spriggsy just finds the spot just behind the speed. Too strong late. Yesterday, Quality Time. We took good odds about him. $6 into about $2.50, 3 cents of deductions, and guessed the cash. So, yeah, good 3 days.
Well done, mate. Well done.
You mentioned the ride on Quality Time.
Sorry, mate. Can't hear.
Oh, yeah, Dylan Gibbons. Perfect. Went to the front. Nobody expected it. Booted on the corner. Rail out at Canterbury. Can't go too far wrong doing that.
Speaking of Dylan Gibbons, what about the ride on Kiss the Bride?
Yes, very brave.
Looked like it was going to get a bit of a hard luck story, and took his time and kind of peeled out a bit more and just straight through the middle. And there's nothing like watching Bjorn Baker ride a winner home in a room. It's he gets up and about, old Bjorn.
Yeah,
well, that 3 kilo claim for Dylan Gibbons is absolute gold at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Anything on Dill, Hildo? What's going on with him?
He's chipping away. Yeah, he's going well. It's a hard time of year to be in Sydney. It's, with all the carnival races on and things like that, it's a hard time for an apprentice to be breaking out in Sydney. But, yeah, no, he's doing a good job and he's holding his own and hopefully keeps getting the right opportunities.
Yeah, he's good. Got a good manager, I think.
Very good manager.
Very good manager. Okay.
Thanks, Blake.
So we're doing... Blake's giving you props. We're doing the show a little bit different, as we said. Young Patrick, he is... He just sent me some photos of him ripping into a couple of red wines and then to white. So that's going to be a guts ache for him very soon.
Did we need 2 of us just to sort of...
Fill the chair.
Have the same size head?
It's like a scrum pack. We got. He actually said that. He goes, you need 2 people to replace me. Yeah.
Old Paddy.
Yeah, good.
As long as he stays away from casinos tonight, he'll be.
Oh, he'll find one. There'll be an underground casino in Berry. He'll find something. Oh my God! Who put these pokies? It's a wedding. My God, where'd these come from? But no, he's having he should have a rest because I think on the consistency train he has me and BJ licked. I think he has had that last break that we had after the end of the season, and that was the first for probably maybe 3 years. So hopefully he's enjoying a well-deserved rest. But we have brought in the big guns. Hildo, straight off the back of his the weigh-in debut again. And DJC, how's it all going in tips and slips, Vortex?
Mate, it's flying. I think we're getting close to 8,000 members now, so every day there's new members joining. A few blokes we have to turn away due to, obviously, the old fake accounts seem to pop up every now
Got
and
a lot
then.
of Somalian fans.
But yeah, mate, it's a good little family there, mate. We've got a lot of great little tipsters there. Rocket, shout out to Rocket, tipped a 40-1 shot earlier in the first at Hawkesbury today.
Yeah. He tipped the Quinella actually as well. He said,
yeah. So I think one of the members put 30 on the exacta and withdrew 1,800. So that was a nice little win for the first at Hawkesbury.
Yep.
So shout out to Rocket. He's always up and about in the page. So, but yeah, it's just a page full of legends, as you boys know, and it's yeah, very happy to be a part of it.
Props to yourself too, mate. You've been hitting some good form. I think the week before last, I think you went from 7 from 8, and then last week you just did a 3-horse all up 50-1. I think it was. Yeah,
and been looking at the old midweek races. Usually Saturday's my bread and butter, the thing I look forward to. But there's there's got to be winners every day. So someone's got to find them.
You're doing a lot of midweek destruction, and we like it. We like it over here at Tips and Slips. Okay, so a little bit different format. Today's show, we're going to be fast, furious. We're going to kind of keep it to about 30, 35 minutes. We are going to punch through race 7, race 8, and race 9 at Rose Hill. The Group 2s, I think they are all Group 2s, and then we're going to finish off with the Group 1s. So let's roll straight into it. So race 7, 1,200 metres, it's Group 2 Run to the Rose. Best of Bordeaux currently $3.75 with our good friends over at Boombet. Before I forget, Boombet sponsoring the show, absolute legends. And Natuno at $5.10, In Secret $5.10, Fireburn $5.50, Swiss XL $9. The rest at double figure odds. DJC, tell me, who are you liking for our first race of the show, a Run to the Rose?
Yeah, so mate, I'm sticking with the Queensland run in Natuno here. I thought his run in the Group 3 San Domenico was awesome. Finished in second behind Sweet Ride. He beat the current favourite Best of Bordeaux home in that same race. He's 2 from 2 over the distance. 1 from 1 second up. He'll be fitter from that last run, right, mate? I think he's a massive chance of Bowman on board.
Yeah, very nice. Currently, what have we got here with... I think we've got 5.10 with Boombet. Yeah, good price across the board.
Mate, I think I boosted it to about $6.50 earlier. I just can't have Best of Bordeaux from its last start. J-Mac probably will come down and pull my pants down on it, but I just think Natuno showed there was a lot of merit in that run, and I think it'll be fitter, and I reckon it's a massive chance.
Who got Hildo?
Yeah, well, I'm glad I did races 6, 7, 8. That was good. At least I'm ahead of the game now when I come back to race 6, so I'll move on to race 7.
Just bring that microphone a little bit closer to you, big dog.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that again. Look, I'm going a little bit wider here. I'm going with Sir Jardin. I thought his trials were super. He gets back on top of the ground. I've been lucky enough to see him at the trials. He's bigger and stronger. He's definitely come back. He's still a colt, but he's in great order, and he's definitely strong, and I thought his trials have been really good, and I think he's really building for a nice prep this time in. I thought Swiss XL was probably the best run out of the San Domenico. Didn't have a lot of luck, and I thought went really well. So I'm sort of looking to go away from the race brigade so far, and I think Sir Jardin, if he turns up, and I think he looks in good order, he's going to be mighty hard to beat, especially getting back on top of the ground now. His runs last time in showed that he's top class, and I think improvement on Saturday.
Once again, Boombet offering the best price on Sir Jardin, $9.60 across the board. BJ, who are you liking?
Yeah, Dildo. Sir Jardin... Portelli got on the radio. I'm not sure if it was this morning or yesterday, but he was pretty bullish about how Sir Jardin's came back. So no knock there. But surely the best run in the San Domenico was down the bottom. Buenas noches. No idea how he is the price he is. I know SP Profile from that San Domenico says he's probably the price... says he probably lands about the price he is, but he was just about the run of the race. He drew wide, went back, got chopped in half at the 400 before producing the best last 200 metres of the day. the best 200 metres of the race, the third best 200 metres of the day. I thought he was outstanding. Forgive that beaten margin. He should have finished much closer to them. He almost went past the race favourite in the horse James's riding, Best of Bordeaux, and he should have been home. He should have been right in the finish with Natuno, and we're going to get 40 to 1 about him. So I just can't have him that price. I think he starts half that price, and he'll give the race a shake.
Oh, value and high confidence value as well. Did you get any of the $100, BJ, when it first came out with Tab?
I nibbled about. I didn't see the race until he was 70 to 1, so I nibbled that little 70s.
Oh, you're quick. Currently $41 with the boom. But yeah, I'm liking that.
A little boost. If you can get a boost with any of these places, that'll get you to 60.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That'd be the best odds that you could get.
They've got any balls about them?
Oh, and do they have them? Do the bookies have them?
Oh, not much.
Not a set between a lot of them. All right, DJC Natuno. Hildo's with Sajard, and BJ's going. He's putting his big Buenos Noches on the line at 40 to 1. I like it. Some good racing this weekend. What do you think, DJC? This is the kind of stuff that excites you, doesn't it? This is the time of year that you get up and about, real sweaty palm stuff.
100%, mate. I just pace up and down the house until the.
He's a box walker.
The first race is about to jump on 11:30 usually a.m. So I try not to have a stubby until then. But then I just sit back, delete a heap of piss, and that's pretty much my Saturday, mate. Try and get a few winners.
What's that, Hildo? Is that a box walker?
What's that, sorry?
Him going up and down, pacing up and down. Is that a box walker?
Yeah, he's a box walker, yeah.
What's that other thing? Remember that thing
No,
you
he
showed?
doesn't need one of those collars. Windsucker.
Windsucker. He's a windsucker. Yeah. That's just a little horse joke, isn't it?
Yeah,
something that Hildo taught me once in the stables when I was a young boy, and I've never let go of it. You knew exactly where I was heading with that, didn't you?
I knew exactly where before you even got onto the box walk. I knew you were going to end up at the sucker.
Okay, let's roll into the Theo Mark Stakes. So a race 8 at Rose Hill, 1,300 metres, another Group 2, just shy of 250 up for grabs. Mr. Mozart is our favourite, just in front of Ellsberg. Jamia, $8.60. Kementari, $11.60. Kiku, Atishu's. I'm really liking this race. I'm glad I'm not the one pulling it apart. Sorry, Mr. Mozart, $3.35. Ellsberg, $3.85 with the... Hilda, I'm going to start with you on this one. Who are you liking and why?
I don't mind this race because I think you can pull it right apart because you've got a number of horses who are resuming and are probably just going to have none and are not there to win today. So a few of those stays that are resuming, sort of, I know Colding's been proven at 1,400, but he's got out a lot further last time and he's probably not the horse he once was. He does get a dry track and he does get J-Mac, but I'm sort of penning him, Kiku, Big Boy Roy, Brutality, just not even sort of...
Just throwing the pen through all them.
Race. I just don't think they can measure up in a race like this, and that's why I've settled on Jamia. She was the best run, the toy show. I think that Zapateo form's going to stand up, although she was only okay on the weekend, the Concord, but she was back to 1,000. She gets up to a much suitable 1,300. She's drawn 4. I think Tommy will be a touch closer with her, and I thought her sectionals were super in the toy show. So I think step up to 1,300 and gets in with 53. She's going to be mighty hard to beat.
Jamia. Currently $8.60. What they start her at? She touched $9, $10 there. Boombet's got the best price again. DJ Sue, who you liking?
Well, I do agree with Hildo to some extent. Jamia
you don't have to agree with him, mate.
Chance. Well, I haven't got it on top, but I did in my notes here say quick mention for Jamia because I think last start it had its last 200 metres. I think it had the far quickest closing sectionals of the day, which I think Blake may have the facts there. He's usually on
man.
top of that, but yeah,
Don't let the facts
today that
they never let the facts. We don't do facts here.
But mate, I think Jamia, if we can get a bit of luck in transit there, it'll peel out the outside and just could pick him up in a foul swoop. But mate, I've landed on Ellsberg. I think it's pretty hard to go past this horse just on its stats alone. It loves the track, loves the distance. It's unbeaten first up, going 4 from 4. If you look at his, heavy, soft and good tracks, he's pretty quality on all surfaces. Last few starts before its spell definitely weren't its best, but I think it can definitely bounce back here. So I've got Ellsberg on top, but as I said, quick mention, I think Jamea at that 9-1. I think that's that could easily just pick them all up in a foul swoop. Any
confidence with prime candidate Hildo? It's a double for you.
Yeah, no, look, he's honest, he's tough. He'll roll forward, he makes his own luck. I probably think Kieran went too slow last start. He probably should have nearly beaten Showmanship in the Show County.
Yeah.
Could have been more dominant there and lead. And I think he will on the weekend. So he'll take plenty of catching, but he's not alone on the weekend. He's got a bit of company with Ellsberg and Mr. Mozart, Tycoon is to leave and push forward. So there's a bit of company there, but he'll be in it for a long way. And good to see Dylan get a group ride too.
Yeah,
so
bloody oath.
No claim in that race. So.
Yeah, bloody oath. They'll have plenty of speed early. BJ, who are you liking?
Yeah, just on what DJC said in regards to Jamea, she had the second best last 400 metres of the day, so she went good.
Handbrake sound effect, I forgot.
I just, Sam, I think this race is an absolute lottery. So basically, I have to go with trainer intent. I think in regards to the horse that is going to be ready to go, fresh, a horse like Ellsberg is the right horse. He probably takes a seat just behind the speed. He's unbeaten, fresh. He's probably not up to Group 1 company. He's probably a couple of lengths off those top-notch Group 1 horses, but his last two have been at Group 1 weight for age, and he was only beaten 3.5 lengths in that all-age stakes. He won the Liverpool City Cup fresh last preparation. He loves this trip. He loves this track. He'll put himself in the race, and I reckon this is probably just about grand final day for him. So he's the one for me, but would I be backing him at his current quote? No.
What did you make of his trials, BJ? I thought his Rosehill trial was pretty ordinary. He sort of didn't really show a lot of speed early, and then kind of looked like he was wiltering badly too.
Yeah, his trials were only average, but basically, like I'm not a trial guy. Like I'm more of a what have they done on the racetrack sort of person. So maybe he just needed them to be ready to go first up. But like if I was going to, as I said, I probably couldn't take the price. I'd probably want about $4.50 to play him, but he's the one that I have at the top of the market in a really open race.
Do you think there's a chance that he could drift a little bit closer to the race, or do you think?
I think he's a pretty go-to horse. I think he's
Yeah.
probably reached rock bottom odds. So yeah, I think he probably gets back out to $4, but he's easy to like. He's easy to like.
Yeah, he's a good horse. The punters like him.
They do.
He opened it.
He's got a good winning record.
Yeah.
He's a beauty.
Yeah, okay. I like Ellsberg. Yeah, a little bit more confidence here, BJ. DJC's on it too. It's nice when line up makes it easy for the punters like myself just to follow. Hilda, you still there, mate?
Yeah, mate.
Yep.
I'm here. Why? Can you not see me?
Mate, we haven't seen you the entire show.
Really?
Yeah, it should come up all right, but and your internet's working all right, but for some reason just can't see your beautiful face. You could be there shirtless and we wouldn't know.
Man of mystery.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. We'll put some sort of filter in there or something like that if we can't
A pat filter.
Huh?
You can put a pat filter in there.
we'll just freeze a picture of Pat in there. Okay, this is an important race, isn't it, Hilda? I'm going to start with you as well. We're going to go to race 9, the Sheraco Stakes. The favourite, Shades of Rose, Bjorn Baker, Rachel King on board at $3.10. Espiona at $3.15. Then a big jump for the rest of the field out to Bella, who's sitting at $8.10, the podcast horse. My Whisper, $12.20, blah, blah, blah. Startante's $18 there. Hildo, please tell me you're tipping Shades of Rose here.
Yeah, look, I think she's put the writing on the board in the last few. She sort of took the step up to 88 grade, and she's on a upward trajectory at the moment. She's still improving. She hasn't plateaued at all, and she's getting better and better each time. And I still think she's on the improve, and she's got her to measure up to Mare's Group 2 company, but I think she's still on that upward trajectory, and I think we're definitely not going to get to the bottom of this prep and probably see a better mare next time in, but she's in great order, and look, the gate's tricky, and they're not going to make it easy for her at all. You've got a favourite drawn outside, no one's going to let you in, they're going to make you work, so Rachel's going to have to on her game, and she'll, with her all-out 5, is, probably going to be going forward, and so she's got a few hurdles to overcome with that, but if she can get a touch of luck early and can find that maybe outside lead spot, I can't see how she won't keep that winning record intact.
Shades of Rose has the speed at the gates, do you think, to cross?
She can be a touch tardy early. She's quick once she gets into stride, but she's not the best beginner, and James was a little bit slow on her last start. For that, she bounded out well. But yeah, I just know, when you've got that favourite out there in 13, they're not going to make it easy for her to get across. But
I'm going to jump in there. Sorry to jump in, but I'm going to jump in. There's no way she crosses to the fence.
No, that's why I said probably be outside lead.
Yeah, well, I'm just.
He's agreeing with you, Luke.
I'm jumping in
to agree with you
because Sam said. Like, she's got the speed to cross. There's no way she has the speed to cross her. Like, Sky Command's going to go very, very fast. There's even more speed inside, like, drawn inside that. Like,
Sneaky Page,
Electric Girl. Like, they're all going to kick up.
So the second, third line horses are going to kick up, but then the lead horses are going to have to go too. So, to not let her cross, because I know she'll be coming. So, I think they might be able to sort of string that out there, and there might be a outside lead or a one out, one back.
Yeah, definitely. That's probably where she'll land, I reckon. I reckon they'll probably punch up and go quick enough to stretch them out so that she can find just one off, one pair back or somewhere around there.
And it's going to be a touch ugly for J-Mac because he's not going to be able to push the button early, being in 8, because he pushed the button early, he could be caught 3 wide midfield, so he's going to have to go back early, so it's going to give him a lot of start.
Just tell Rachel, just before the gates home, really just kick her heels in. Okay?
No, I'll let that...
Just tell her Sam
Cracking
said.
race.
It's a good race. Do jockeys wear those things like the things on the back of their boots?
Spurs. Some do, some don't. Yeah, it's personal choice.
It depends if they
some
kick.
Do, some don't. Depends if they can use them or not. Yeah.
But not the ones I'm thinking of, are they? They don't have like...
They're not like the ones with the Cowboys.
Yeah, okay.
They're like a rounded...
Just checking.
So it
The roll Spurs, they're illegal.
They don't have the whole Spurs, they're illegal.
Oh, so they were a thing?
I remember one day I had a horse, actually your horse Sam Sheik Sights, she was a bit ordinary in the gates, and we
Great
made
horse.
Hippo. I was like, spent a lot of time getting her ready, made Hippo come out to trial, and I was like, make sure you bring your spurs. All right, anyway, so this day came and Hippo walks out. I go, did you bring your spurs? He said, oh no, I forgot them. I was like, mate, we've been working on this horse for ages. He said, oh, it doesn't matter, I can't use them anyway. So,
You can't use them.
yeah.
Don't they just sit on
He
the
said,
back of your
I don't
shoe?
kick anyway. Well, he said, I don't kick anyway, so it doesn't matter. So, it's personal choice of the rider.
What about, speaking of horses with you, Hilda, I went to write something to BJ today, and I went to write that, and it auto-corrected to Mornay.
Yeah.
Good horse.
Horse. I've been trying to get her back, actually. She's been in Queensland.
Still flopping around. DJ, so who you liking in the Sheraco Stakes?
Yet again, I'm agreeing with Hilda, which is surprising. I think the last time we agreed this much was on what vape to buy at Magic Millions. So,
See, we wouldn't, because his camera's not working, we don't know how much vaping he's doing back there.
He's shirtless vaping with a
It's
large.
up in vape tour back there.
No, like, what a cracking race. You know, we've got Shades of Rose, who's airborne at the moment. You've got the untapped Espiona, who, you know, the options are endless there. And, of course, the Jet, one of the potty horses of the past, Bella Nipotina.
Beautiful nips.
So, yeah, you know, that was very solid, winning at Moonee Valley, which I think knocked us out of that boom bet double a couple of weeks ago. So that was obviously a bit disappointing there, but it was such a great win. So, but I'm sticking with Shades of Rose. I've backed it since its first start. You know, the Tips and Slips family have ridden the emotions of its first couple of starts, where it, I think the first race it jumped out and started bucking like a bull about 100 metres after the gate, and then the second one just went down. But yeah, since then, mate, it's been flawless. Even last start, when it pulled away, it was still pulling away on the line there. So, mate, it's definitely a step up, but it'll be rock hard fit. And I agree that I think it won't be able to cross. I think it'll be up there thereabouts. But I do think it'll get a head start on Espiona and the horses of that matter. So I think that they'll still have to to get her in the straight. I think she'll coming into the straight. She'll make a bit of a move and put pay to a bit of the leaders there, and then it's up to Espiona and the likes of Bella to, I guess, try and close that gap. Which they could easily do it, but I think Shades of Rose is just got a bit of a high opinion of this horse. It's been really good to us.
Yeah, good man. Good man. BJ, you agreeing with the boys on Shades of Rose, or are we looking elsewhere for you?
First of all, I think Shades of Rose is a very good mare. She's definitely a group winner in the making. But I think the other one will start a very heavily backed favourite. I think Espiona is a star. She was hindered by really wet tracks last preparation. I don't think she'll be giving Shades of Rose too much start. James would probably want to get onto her back. If Shades of Rose does a little bit work early, this is different gravy here. She's going to have to be very good, and I just think that draw is really awkward for her. If she could ping to the front, and if she had a Drew a gate and she pings to the front, finds the fence, even if she can get a suck run in behind him, it might be the other way. But even considering Espiona has bigger fish to fry down the track, but I just think she's probably too good if the other one does a little bit of work early, and she's got the biggest number on the board in her short career, and if she can come back a couple of lengths inferior to that, I think she's too good.
So you've got Espiona on top.
I think she'll start a short price favourite, yeah.
Doesn't surprise me. He did tip Riverdale Soul to beat Shades of Rose 2 back, so...
True, that's correct.
Hildo never forgets, they say.
No, but that was, I didn't actually think that... I didn't have her shorter than the other one in the market. I just couldn't get Shades of Rose as short as she was.
And that price.
And that day, I will say, a lot of horses came out of that market and she was gifted the race. There was no possible that they were going to beat her when James just found the front, walked, skipped away. She was a mile too good.
Yeah, Luke.
We'll let the horse do the talking on the weekend.
Oh, let's do it.
Any side bets here or something like that?
Yeah. Blake's got to do the podcast shirtless if it wins.
No one will be able to tell anyway.
Well, are you going to do the podcast shirtless if Espiona wins? I'll bet you.
I'll do the podcast in a Manly jersey.
In a Manly jersey?
Well, I'll do it in a Canberra jersey then.
Sweet.
Deal.
It actually doesn't matter because we can't see Luke.
I'll do it in a pink tutu.
We wouldn't. Oh, what jersey are you going to choose for Manly, Hildo?
Oh, the gay pride one, for sure.
Nah, for sure. Sure, that's like...
Please don't. I'll never wear that jersey.
He doesn't like derail their season.
Derail
That's the only reason he's saying that. He's saying that derail the season.
Are you okay, Blake?
I'm saying that
We
I
don't.
would have been reluctant to wear the jersey on the day as well.
Just okay. We're going to leave that.
Really? Come on, we don't.
We're definitely not that kind of show that goes down those kind of topics. So, where we will go down to is Flemington. We got the Group 1. Oh, yeah, the Makybe Diva Stakes over 1,600 metres. It's race 5 at Flemington, if you're having a quick look. Now, I might just quickly update these prices because I've been sitting on that page for a while. I'm Thunderstruck is the favourite at $2.45. Cascadian at $5.30. Hold on, this is just let me just go that again. Sorry, I'm Thunderstruck at $2.45. Alligator Blood at $5.10. Cascadian at $5.30. Western Empire $6.60. Moanga DJC is $8.20. Regal Power $19.20. Nonconformist, and She's Ideal at the bottom of the market there. DJC, mate, it's a privilege to have you on. So why don't you kick us off in the Group 1?
I'd love to. Mate, in my opinion, I think this is a 2-horse race, Thunderstruck and the Blood. They're both barrier 1 and 2, so I think it maps perfectly for On Thunderstruck. The Blood will look to lead from barrier 2. So if Thunderstruck can jump well, we'll lean one back on the rail, should get a cosy run in behind. But in saying that, if the Blood leads and gets some cheap sectionals, it would be mighty hard, I think, to run down, especially if it's got a lot left in the locker coming around that turn.
Here comes the Mondo. Alligator Blood on the...
I think we're going to hear that again.
It could kick away. It could be too good. But if I'm Thunderstruck and get that nice run in behind, he'll be looking to peel out and storm home. Obviously, cascading off last run, it was massive as well, running into the race with On Thunderstruck. So that's a danger. Yeah, but I'm with On Thunderstruck here to beat the Blood for a nice little Quinella. And as you mentioned before, mate, knowing my luck, but we all know what could happen. Mo'unga.
I can't believe it just doesn't get a mention from you.
Well, it does. At the bottom, I've written in capitals, knowing my luck, Mo'unga will pull my pants down.
You're mocking yourself on your own notes.
Yeah. So, just because obviously I've got a massive love for that horse, but I just can't have it off last run. And I think the run off on Thunderstruck coming into that race, I think it'll be fitter and it'd be very mighty hard to beat if it can get a nice little run in behind the Blood.
Hildo, before we get your tip, what did you think of Mo'unga's last run?
Slowunga.
Yeah.
I thought he was ordinary. Yeah. I thought I'm not sure whether the horse is back or whether he's come back or whether he's still with us. So I'm not sure. Maybe getting back on top of the ground will help, but I thought he was ordinary. He's got to come up a long way to
Big question mark.
Yeah.
Few people came out after that race and said by the time the gaps opened, the race was well and truly over for Mo'unga. That was actually about 3 days after the race that they were saying that. So,
Tuesday.
Yeah, the race is definitely over.
That's what happens when you're slow.
Oh. Hildo, who are you liking then?
I think it's a race in 2, like DJC said, but I think it's the top 2. I'm Thunderstruck and Cascadian. I can't have anything outside of those. I thought that Blood was unlucky, but sometimes they're flattered by being disappointed like that. As I said, too many question marks on Slowunga and can't have any of the rest. So I think it's a race in 2, and I'll probably just lean towards Cascadian. I thought his trials were really good. Touch sticky from the draw in the small field, but maybe he'll have to be a little bit closer. I thought he finished off really good the other day. And, but I wouldn't be surprised if Thunderstruck wins, but I just think it's a race in 2, and I'm leaning towards Cascadian.
What's your boys' thoughts on the Western Australian runner, Western Empire? Give that any chance at all?
Should have stayed in Western Australia.
DJC, I think he's a superstar. But he's got to get onto a really firm deck. That's what I would say. I think he's a genuine Cox Plate horse.
There you go.
I think this, BJ, what this track ends up with, especially race 5 on the Saturday, is going to tell a lot for this race. Right?
Oh, I 100% agree. It's very weather dependent. Rain affected track. Like there's rain about in Melbourne, so how much falls between now and Saturday basically will determine the most likely outcome. Cascadian's going to be very well supported if the rain does come. I'm Thunderstruck, lands the perfect spot, and he's probably not hindered too much if the rain does come. A horse like Alligator Blood, you'd say he is best suited on top of the ground. So if we're on a good surface and he finds the front, which he will, I'm sure that if Tim Clark goes on, they'll ride him positively. I would have suggested that he would have missed some work into that Memsey Stakes because they just didn't. Not that he missed some work, but I'm not sure that they would have had him wound right up because they didn't know he was running until 7 days before the race.
Yeah.
So
a lot of distractions there, isn't there?
Yeah, it was just a disjointed preparation. I know he'd been in work for a long time, but I'm sure he'd taken plenty of benefit out of that. He didn't have the best of luck. There's just absolutely no speed in the race. So if he takes up the running, we're on a dry track, and he boots off the corner, he's going to be very hard to run down.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
But if we
Off the
get
corner at Flemington.
anything wetter than that, he's not going to boot. He won't find that speed.
Oh, well, he's just a little bit more vulnerable. He's more vulnerable if on a rain affected track. So if he finds the front on a dry deck, like he's going to run some pretty slick sectionals between he's going to run a slick sectional at least between the 4 and the 2, and he's going to be that margin which anyone is giving him is going to be hard to abbreviate.
Do you think with on Thunderstruck, with the barrier it gets, do you think it'll get in there one back on the rail behind it and just try and bit of a slipstream and then try and just go with it and pull out into the straight?
Yeah, you'd think that he lands just behind the speed, and yeah, that would be the plan.
Do you think the Blood needs a fair bit of a lead coming into the turn to not to win?
No.
Or do you reckon that if they're still just behind him, you think he can still kick away?
No, I think a length margin would be hard to. It'd be hard to get past him if he's a length in front at the 300.
Maybe like a head start. Maybe that's what he needs.
Yeah, head start. Yeah, that's right. If he could have 3 or 4 lengths head start, definitely.
We'd be taking that.
Yeah.
So who are you having a bet on in this race, BJ?
Oh, I'm not. Well, it depends. If it's a dry track, I'll back Alligator Blood. If it's not a dry track, I will not have a bet.
Well, Pat sent in his tip. I'll give you guys one guess.
He's clear. He wins.
That is Pat. That's all he sent. He's obviously going Alligator Blood as well. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting race. I was very surprised that collectively you've put the pen through Western Empire
I haven't.
for this
I
race.
haven't either.
He needs it dry.
Yeah. If it won, I wouldn't be surprised.
I'd be slightly surprised if he won, but I'd be surprised if he won.
It can't track in just with Alligator Blood and follow it up, possibly take it. Like, does it have that finishing?
He needs a dry track. In my opinion, he needs a very dry track, as does Alligator Blood. So he's going to be giving a start to Alligator Blood on a dry track, and he's going to run. They're both going to run slick sectionals to close the race. So he'd have to produce a pretty extraordinary sectional over the closing stages to get past Alligator Blood, in my opinion.
I can't see him turning the table on the other horses in the Memsey who gave him plenty of start and ran him down. I thought they were more disadvantaged than he was with the slow tempo in the Memsey that Snapdancer got away with. And, I just can't see him sort of turning that around in a smaller field when they're going to be closer.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Beautiful. All right, boys, we've got to keep them sharp tonight, so it's a little bit shorter than usual. Thank you, DJC. We obviously got you and Hildo in, not as ring-ins, but we need to make this a little bit more often, seeing some fresh faces in here. What did you think?
A little bit more class involved this week.
Pardon?
A little bit more class in this week with Pat out.
Sorry, mate, we can't hear you because your technology is technical difficulties. Class, yeah, I heard class, yeah.
Before we wrap up, legends, as you know, it's Are You OK Day, so just want to obviously put that sentiment out there to anyone that struggling or needs a bit of a chat. That's the good thing about the tips and slip page. It's a page full of good blokes. If there's any dickheads on there, they're found. Dealt with, which is So, mate, always up for a chat. I'm sure a lot of the boys are. Only a message away. Make sure you're reaching out to your mates and having that one chat that could be very important.
Good on you, DJC, mate. I think there's a lot of people out there that have grown to know you in the past 2 years as well, and I know that a lot of people reach out to you and you kind of command that ship beautifully, and I think a lot of people walk a little bit taller knowing they've got you in their corner, as I do with you boys, all three of you boys. So I appreciate you guys coming on and having a good well, I think we've found some winners.
Fingers crossed, anyway.
There's one winner in about an hour.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at that
So
too.
we've got to get off and ride Centro Storico.
Let's do it. Let's do it,
hope so.
punters. Thank you, Hildo. Thank you, DJC. And thank you, my man, BJ.
Thanks, boys.
Guys,
Mug's moral this week. After a great win by Hell I Am last week by the man, the myth, the legend we call Pikey. Oh, what a win. We get back to the Mugs home track this week of lovely Rose Hill. We go to race 8. Number 3. The Mugs made this a Mugs moral before, and there's one before Ellsberg. What a horse. It's got the best first up record in the race. 4 starts, 4 wins. Loves all track conditions. Barrier 5. Chad Schofield's in form. In Mug's favourite stable of Joel Ryan Sterling Alexia stable. Home track. What else can I say about this one? It's going to be behind the leader on pace. Just behind Prime Candidate and the other leaders. It will come out and go bada bang, bada boom. There's your winner, Ellsberg. So, boys, we're going race 8, Rose Hill, number 3, Ellsberg. And, boys, what does the mug say when we find our winner? Go find your bookie. Good luck, and I'll be back next week with George Main Stakes Day.